The number you've dialed has been disconnected or is not in service.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Open Source Tonight. Today, folks, what do I want to talk to you all about? I want to talk to you about my phone system. Now, before you get all excited and leave the video, please stay. There's a bunch of cool things I can do with my phone system. It's running on a Linux machine. It's an open source application called Asterisk. And Asterisk is very powerful. Pretty much, if you're a programmer and you want the phone to do something weird or unique, I promise you there's a high chance you can make it happen with Asterisk. There's programming APIs and all kinds of crazy stuff you can do. You can run literally Linux system commands from within a phone call, automatedly. You people that know how to write some bash scripts might be interested in that right there. And yes, that's actually how I got into bash over 10 years ago. It was through phones. It was one of those programming languages I picked up to be able to build little simple things that can be run from phones. So, I want to show you just a few of the things I built. These days, they're not remotely as simple as they used to be. Though, believe it or not, some of these are still written in Bash in the year 2025. So, you can do some interesting things with Bash if you just know what to do. We're going to go over pre-recorded paging. We're going to go over live paging. I really like paging, so there's going to be some emphasis on paging. We're going to be going over intercom, which is not what people think it is. That is dialing station to station dialing. That's not Bob line 5. That's not that. Bob line 5 is paging. We also have the ability with the phone system to dial star 80 in front of any extension number, and then it can make that phone pick up and throw the speaker on and the microphone. And there you go. You can talk to that phone or whoever's using that phone without actually having to have them pick up the phone. My mom, who is quite sickly a lot of the times these days, I actually use that with her all the time. I can even do that when I'm not here, through some security, of course, but I can do it. So if that I'm not here, with my cell phone connected to the phone system over the internet, I can log in and say, hey, pop my mom's phone on speaker for me. And by the way, just so you know, it does say who's calling on the screen. So, there's that. It's logged. The other thing, though, that's very important is this is an internal function. You can't just do that from the public telephone network, right? I mean, come on. That would be bad. But the other thing I will mention, too, is the phone does play an audible beep whenever that is initiated. So the person near the phone, if there is anybody there, should know, hey, somebody is listening to whatever's being said in the room right now. But it's definitely helpful for dealing with my mom because where she's sick, she might not be able to get to the phone or not feel like getting to the phone. And this way, she don't have to. She can just yell back her answer if I need to know if we need milk, and she can tell me. So without further ado, let's get right into some of the functions that we can do. I have 3205 set to do pre-recorded paging. I have 800 and 808 set to do live paging. Each of those are different groups. And when you do 3205, you're actually paging the exact same group of devices as if you dialed 800. The big difference being if I do 3205, I'm actually going to be doing that in a recorded session. When I hit pound or hang up my phone, it's going to send that page out. If I'm obviously dialing 800, it's going to go to the same stuff, but it's going to happen in real time. So if you're real close to another phone or a PA speaker or whatever, generally you want to use pre-record to prevent feedback. Now, I happen to, at this point, like pre-record better, and there is one reason why. I'm using Polycom Multicast, and when you do that, it's a proprietary multicast that they've actually got an open specifications document on. But when you use that, while there is some great advantages to it, one of the problems is that the way I'm doing it, I have an open source tool that I found on GitHub, link in the description and on the Open Source Net website for this. But this tool, as cool as it is, it's taking a regular multicast audio feed and then it's retransmitting it. So if it sees any audio on it, it will pick it up and then resend it, which is great because Asterisk doesn't support regular good old-fashioned, well, it's not really regular good old-fashioned, it's the non-good old-fashioned, it's the Polycom proprietary multicast format. It just does standard multicast. And so because of that, this is a translation layer. It allows me to have a regular multicast feed that is then mirrored with a slight delay, a simulcast, if you will, on another group, another multicast group. So, without further ado, let's go do some pages. This is a test of the paging system. No action is required.
This is a test of the paging system. No action is required.
Okay, so that's really cool, but I do have more things on paging, if you could not tell. I have the ability to do automated announcements too. So you could have a code that could automatically send out, say, an intruder alert. Somebody's on the campus, everybody take shelter. Or you could have a code that says there's a tornado warning in effect for our area, please take shelter, etc., etc., etc.
A tornado warning is in effect for our area. Take shelter now. A tornado warning is in effect for our area. Take shelter now.
So you do have a lot of functionality. And in addition to manually issued alerts like that, you can have things like a National Weather Service alert message trigger a real alert over the phones without having a human being even need to do anything. So in effect, I can treat them almost like my own little portable weather radios that are all around the property because I have desk phones literally almost everywhere now. So that makes it pretty easy to do that. So we can show that. I also have auto attendance. So auto attendance is when you dial in and you hear, thanks for calling Bob. If you need Bob, press 1. If you need Sarah, Bob's wife, press 2. If you need a life, press 3. Or if you want to talk to Jenny, dial 867-5309.
Thanks for calling the Maggard family. If you're calling for Patty, press 1. If you're calling for Vincent, press 2. Thanks for calling.
Please hold while I try that extension. One moment, please.
Tell me, isn't that interesting? I think it is great. And as you probably could guess, if you press one of those options, writing things will happen. But did you know that off of, say, an auto attendant, I can do what Nortel called park and page, but whoever calls it whatever, it's basically the ability to park a call. That's where it's assigned a group of digits you can dial from any phone or a permitted group of phones and pick up the call. And so I have that as well. So if we listen to what that sounds like.
There is a call parked on
6100.
And so as you can see, that will let me know that there is a call parked on 6100, 6101, 6102, etc., etc. And so the system will automatically, add an additional digit every time that there's a call parked. The pages happen every 30 seconds. That is, of course, configurable like most things. But the idea is that it lets you know. Now, with that, you can just go to any phone on the property. It doesn't matter where it's at. My soft phone, even if I'm remote, I could even dial the 6100 as well. So in addition to the parking and the automated announcements, this is crazy, but did you know we can actually just dial regular phone numbers? Yeah, that's right. We can actually use the phone to make regular phone calls. It might surprise you, but yeah, I can do that. In my area, cell signal is what cell signal, basically. So you really do need a connection. We are currently using a carrier out of Canada that is really great, VoIP.ms. And they're pretty affordable. I'm not being paid to say this, just in case you were wondering. But their service is quite wonderful. We have the calls encrypted. Okay, let's talk system requirements. Astros will run on that tin can computer that you got in the 1880s, and it will do it just fine. I'm exaggerating, of course, but realistically, you can run it on anything from a very early Raspberry Pi to an old Intel Core 2 Duo machine, for example. It really doesn't take that much power to run it. Now, granted, that's for a small system that isn't doing much. I mean, obviously, if you're trying to run an Astra server that serves 10,000 users, that's not the same server that serves 5 phones in my house, and 90% of the time, they're all on hook and not doing anything. RAM, you don't really need that much. CPU, that is where that you start to get into how many calls am I making, because the more calls you're making, very quickly that CPU usage goes up. Well, maybe not very quickly, but it does go up. So keep that in mind with your system requirements. Another feature that the system has is something called wake-up calls. Tell me what you think of this.
Get up, get up. Get up, get up. This is your wake-up call. Get up, get up, get up. This is your wake-up call. Get up, get up. Get up, get up. This is your wake-up call. Get up, get up, get up. This is your wake-up call. Get up, get up. Get up, get up. This is your wake-up call. Get up, get up, get up. This is your wake-up call.
Now, those wake-up calls, believe it or not, are actually using Bash. So with Asterisk, you can control automated calls through AMI, the Asterisk Manager interface. You can control it through ARI, the Asterisk RESTful interface, or you can control it through call files. I happen to really like call files. I've wrote code to do AMI as well, and actually ARI as well. So all of the above, actually. But I do personally like call files for something that simple. There's a lot of advantages. You can set the modified time for the call file in the future, and it will actually execute the file at that point. That's how I do all these automated announcements like intruder messages, pre-recorded pages, all this ad hoc pre-recorded pages like I showed in the video. With all those features, I'm basically just auto-generating a call file, and you put it in the right directory, which is at the bottom of the screen here. But you put it in that directory, and Asterisk will see it and say, oh, you want me to make a call. It's literally just a text file. So you just need to put parameter, colon, space, value, new line, and do that over and over until you get all of them that you need. I can even do voicemail with star 97. And it's very powerful stuff. So with that, I can go in and set up all kinds of different things, different voicemail box, etc. But if we just take a look at leaving and if we take a look now here at leaving and accessing voicemail.
Maggard Family General voicemail box.
Is unavailable.
Test voicemail only. This is a test voicemail only.
Thank you. Press 1 to accept this recording.
Test voicemail only. This is a test voicemail only.
Press 1 to accept your message has been saved.
And now you can see we have a voicemail indicator light on all the phones for our voicemail. And if we dial star 97.
Password. You have one new and first message received today at 9:41 p.m. Message from phone number 105.
Test voicemail only. This is a test voicemail only.
Press 3 for advanced message deleted. Goodbye.
One thing I'm going to leave you all with is the following. FreePBX is not what I use. I just use pure Asterisk on top of Debian or Ubuntu. Used to be the old days Rocky or CentOS. But in the early days, I did use things like FreePBX and Elastics. They have nice GUIs to make it easy to configure Asterisk without having to actually write the dial plan and things by hand. So not everybody probably should be running pure Asterisk. I like it. I have got to the point where I'm comfortable enough that I can do it and make a system that works. For you and your use cases, it may be different. As a side note, backing up an Asterisk system for the most part entails backing up config files for the dial plan and other different components like the SIP stack. And it involves backing up audio files. And that's basically it. You put those in the right place, you put the same version of Asterisk on a different box and boot it up and point the phones to it or whatever, and everything should come back. And I have moved Asterisk boxes on what machine it's on multiple times over the years. And if you do that, everything comes back. And as far as everybody's concerned, the voicemail's the same. Everything's the same. Nothing has changed. But we're now on a new server. So it does give you a lot of flexibility. Anyway, everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's program. Let me know your thoughts on Asterisk and open source telephony in the comments. And until next time, everybody, thanks for watching and goodbye.
And action.